almost forget to hit the record button. Always almost. Okay, we are officially recording. It is a Friday morning. Y'all, if you look behind me, let me do this. Let's see if this works. Look at that. That's floors. Those are floors. In my house. Floors, you guys. For those of you who have not been paying attention, or maybe you don't watch every video or whatever, right? I've been having some issues with my house. Had a little water leak and the flooring's been ripped out. Flooring is in. I'm so fucking happy. So fucking happy. Still a lot more work to do. The cabinets got to come in and counters got to come in and all this shit. But god damn, it's finally making some progress. Finally. Oh, Zach is here. Good. Zacharoo. I don't know what else to say. Little Simz came out today. McKinley Dixon came out today. Lil Wayne came out today. Lots of albums coming out today. Earlier in the week, I was thinking, shit, I'm not going to be able to record today because there's going to be work going on in the house. No work today, so I can record, which is nice. And I was like, now what? Right? Which one am I going to pick? Little Simz is my favorite. One of my favorites. Top 5 for me. Little Simz is a top 5. My top 5 being MF Doom, JPEG Mafia, Kendrick Lamar, and then 4th place is a tie between Little Simz and Jid. So I was like, I gotta do Little Simz. But everyone's talking about Lil Wayne. Obviously a big artist, kind of a big deal, but apparently the album's not that great. So I was like, but then I was like, well, shit, now I want to hear it just to hear how not great it is, But of course, McKinley Dixon is out as well, and he's made some great music, and I've enjoying exploring the underground side of hip hop more lately. That's something I'm very interested in. But had to settle on Little Simz. The runtime is great. 13 tracks, 50 minutes. It's the Madman says happy Friday. Thank you, Madman. Welcome, first time chat there. Can confirm not great, yeah, for the Carter 6. So it sounds like the Lil Wayne album is a bit of a disappointment. It sounds like it's a little long and there's some misses and what have you, but yeah. I didn't finish the Wayne. Oh, without me or without Emmy, it says Simz isn't that great. Okay, well, we'll see. I'm excited. Now, something to point out with this album, I've got the lyrics up, obviously. Miles Clinton James is the producer throughout the entire album. No more inflow. For those of you who are not aware, I'm only slightly aware. She has a active lawsuit against Inflow right now because of loans not repaid. Like apparently she has loaned him almost $2 million and he hasn't paid her back, and it's caused her to miss like tax payments and interest on tax payments now and all this other stuff. So there's this huge legal battle going on between those two, which is unfortunate. I felt like Inflow, he brought some great production, especially since it's all recorded live. Like that just adds an element, a texture to the music that is very hard to duplicate, if you can duplicate it at all in terms of like a beat style for production. I guess that's it, huh? I guess we'll just dive in. I think so. There are 3 music videos. I'm going to do that Patreon only. I haven't been doing as many videos lately, so I want to kind of get back to that a little bit here since there are 3. Well, there's 2 official videos and then 1 live performance. So I will not do that as part of the stream. I'll do it. I'll conclude the album. I'll switch over and then just do the music videos. Patreon's $2. If you're on here on the Twitch and you're wondering where to sub, there's no Twitch sub. I'm not monetized on Twitch. So if you're interested, just $2 on Patreon. And I guess that's it. Have you noticed the sound? Yeah, I'm definitely going to hear the notice and sound. First song is heavy. I'm excited. I love Little Simz. The thing I love about Little Simz, I love her rapping style. She's a great writer. That is so huge to me. Writing. I mean, rhyming is important. Rapping is important, obviously. But just the way people write is so, like, such a backbone to all of that, in my opinion. What she writes about, the messages that she has, I think she's fantastic. So let's get into it. This is Lotus, 13 tracks, 50 minutes, almost completely. First track is called Thief. Miles Clinton James is the producer. Let's drop in. Brand new album by Little Simz. No Inflow production. Track 1, Thief. Here we go. got a mood.
June 4th and the night is fading. How am I escaping? My reasons don't need explaining. 8 months to the Pisces season.
Good
Changes
crisp
rise
drum.
to Gemini hating. No, you thought my career right now will be failing, but my ship won't stop sailing. You talk about God when you have a God complex. I think you're the one that needs saving. I was under the spell and now my spirit's awakened.
Yeah.
My life can't be controlled by no pagan, so I don't know why you came in. We went from 100 down to 0, and guess it is all your fault. Your name weren't popping until I watched, but you and I did a whole lot of speed.
Ooh. This has got to be about info, right? Maybe not, maybe. Let's wait and see. Holy shit. This is great. This is a banger right here. Let's pause. I think there's some stuff specific to what's going on between her and Inflow here. But also, the first thing really that's coming through my mind is if you think about the things that she said in previous albums, especially No Thank You, where she's talking, I forget the track name, but, you know, it's Don't Sell Yourself Short, Miss, and they want you making life decisions over a 3-course meal and all this shit, you know, basically how the record industry will try and just like woo you into these shitty contracts. And all the stuff that she has said about that and the lack of trust that she has probably in a lot of people in the industry. And then you have this experience where here's a producer she worked with for years, made incredible music with for years. I read an article real quick to kind of touch up on the lawsuit. Apparently they have like 4 different albums that they were working on that are now not going to happen. There's a quote in one of the articles saying it's like having a kid with someone and then you get split up and it's like, yeah, you don't really have respect for the person, but you still love the child, obviously, which makes sense from an artistic point of view if you're creating music like that, if you care about what you make that much. So just think about, I don't trust all these people in the industry. I'm only going to work with the people I do trust. And then a person you do trust turns into a thief. How much that fucking hurts. How much that just digs on the inside, you know? Because there's going to be feelings of betrayal, obviously, but also there's even a slight element of, I'm trying so hard to watch out for the people who are going to screw me over. How did this one sneak by? How did this one get through my filter? What did this person do that made me trust them when I should not have trusted them? You know? So that's tough. And I think that's why there's so much spice in this track. Like this one, there's some fire in this shit for sure. And I can only imagine she just feels all of this. So let's finish this up and then we'll go through some lyrics. God, these drums too. And like the strings right there.
Banging my drum in tribal mode. Why you so obsessed with me? I bet you wishing that I would fold. I never listened when I was told. And I was told you
Great song. Great opener. Oh my God. Great opener. Love all the production here. Love it. Fuck yeah, man. Fuck yeah. It's a tough song because on one hand, I imagine for Little Simz, and it just drops right into flood. Amazing. Amazing. But I mean, this has got to be so cathartic, but at the same time, just painful. Just fuck, man. Fuck these people, these fucking people. Even the ones I trust, they fuck me over. Let's go through some lyrics, man. Now she's mentioning like June 4th and June whatever. So I don't really know what's going on with those specific dates. Today is the 6th. So like the June 15th thing, I don't know if this is from a year ago. Who knows what? Anyway. June 4th, and the night is fading. How am I escaping? My reasons don't need explaining. 8 months till the Pisces season changes. Why is this Gemini hating? Let's click this one. And that's... So, Little Simz is a Pisces, and Inflow is a Gemini. Okay, so that's specific to those two. Know you thought my career right now would be failing, but my ship won't stop sailing. You talk about God when you have a God complex. I think you're the one that needs saving. Let's click this annotation. Apparently, Inflow is a devout Christian. Since the release of Angel and 5 studio albums as an offering to God in late 2022, Inflow's band Salt has taken a notable sharp turn towards Christian lyricism and gospel music. Okay. So that is specific to Inflow. I was under the spell, now my spirit's awakened. My life can't be controlled by no pagan. Ooh. You call a devout Christian a pagan. Them's fighting words right there. So I don't know why you came in. We went from 100 down to naught, and yes, it's all your fault. Your name weren't popping until I worked with you and added a whole lot of... Okay, this is important because it just goes like this, right? It doesn't... Salt would be the rhyming word with fault. And on this annotation, it talks about Inflow's band, which is called Salt. So she added salt to salt. So this whole opening verse is about Inflow. No question. Whole thing. You know what it means. Selling lies, selling dreams. It's kind of sad to see those two lines or those two concepts tethered directly to each other, because that's how the lie is essentially bought by the other person, right? It involves a dream. Let's go to verse 2. Got no shame, no pride. Why do you lie? Why do you steal? Why do you spill blood and then go hide? Why do you take the rule book from people that hurt you and use it as a guide? I'm lucky that I got out. Now it's a shame, though I really feel sorry for your wife. June 15th and my brain is fucking fried. This person I've known my whole life coming like the devil in disguise. My jaw was on the floor. My eyes never been so wide, but I quickly found the door the moment I realized you a thief. In verse 3, making me feel like I was the guest, but I paid for that jet. When I think back to it, it's a joke, but we know there's truth in jest. Great line. Great line. So this is what I'm talking about with Little Simz and how she writes. Like that kind of writing is very important. We know there's, because something that's, the saying, it's funny because it's true, and a joke is only funny when it's actually got some truth to it. So weaving that concept in there right there, I like that. Your company going down the hill. Thank God I never signed no deal. I'm trying to forgive myself. I don't need to forgive you so I can heal. Years of living on eggshells. No one can believe that you meant well. I lost part of myself in the process, can't bring back those dead cells. Financial exploitation, emotional exploitation, calculated and conceited manipulation. You a thief. God damn, dude. I wonder if Little Simz was paying attention to the Kendrick beef and Drake beef at the time, because I don't know when all this started happening, but if it's talking about June, and if maybe this is somewhat recent, maybe this is just from last year when all this shit started going down, and I wonder if Little Simz is like, yo, if Kendrick can say that shit about Drake, I can say some shit about Inflow. This is crazy. This is fucking crazy. And then the bridge is kind of like heartbreaking, honestly. I sit and think, what did I do? But that's what abusers do. Make you think you're crazy and second guess your every move. Psychological mental abuse will leave more than a bruise, will leave more than scars. June 20th, I was torn apart. Therapist asking what's on my mind. Where do I start? Been in survival mode, banging my drum in tribal mode. Why are you so obsessed with me? I bet you wishing that I would fold. Never listened when I was told that I was told you a thief. What a fucking banger. What a banger. Well, I mean, I really hope, who knows where it's all going to go, but I hope Little Simz is feeling better these days. Got to feel a little better these days, right? Having an album coming out, that helps. That's got to help. Introvert says, Inflow's wife is Cleo Soul, by the way. Frequently being on Simz albums. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. Well, that was a banger. Let's move into track 2, which is called Flood. We got a bunch of features. Well, 2 features. I'm sorry. This name looks familiar. I wonder if, he must have worked with Little Simz before. And then Mood Child, Sanely, I don't know. But it's Miles Clinton James producing. Track 1 ends right, jumping into track 2, Flood. So let's just bang into Flood. Here we go. Point and kill. That's right. Yeah. Thanks, Hands. That's right. Love this opening.
As I walk this wicked ground, keep me away from the devil's palm. I am the
Oh, dun.
I was shutting down the world and it scared you. Can't hold a girl down that's this bad. Shame nice on my nose and my hairdo. Not the type that would trip off
Fucking
nostalgia.
that bass
Too
line.
nice, but my
Love it.
silence is louder. Spend enough, but my finance is louder. I'm not the type to abuse all my power. Realness in the village I come from. All my dolls go to sleep with a muzzle. You can do shapes around all you want, but no.
It's got such a good low
As I walk this wicked
rumble.
ground, keep me away from the devil's palm. I am the
Can't never forget when the shit stay.
I'm gonna fight this out. But know what this makes me think of is like some big mean dog off in the shadow, and it sees you and it knows you're there, and it's not barking at you. It's not even like fully growling at you. It's just got that first low rumble of a growl. That's what this production makes me think of. Just that first low growl.
Flooded niggas didn't believe in my hustle. Could've drowned, but I stayed with a mic. Why you niggas all bald, don't bite?
This is
They obsessed with my
badass.
genius plan, and that's being as free as I can. They want you to stop, then they leave you to rot. But that's just not my frequency, man.
As I walk this wicked ground, keep me away from the devil's palm. As I
This is
walk this
badass.
wicked ground,
This
keep
absolutely
me
is
away
hard.
from the devil's palm. I am the light.
God damn.
I am the light. As I walk this wicked ground, keep
Fucking
me away from the
amazing.
devil's palm.
This song is
Walk this
amazing.
wicked ground, keep me away from the
God
devil's palm.
damn.
I am the light. I am the light.
Holy shit. This is my favorite one. There's no way it could get better than this. This is fucking amazing.
I am the light.
God, I love these low rumbling notes. Fucking love it. Makes me feel like it's almost like she went and got Trent Reznor in there. Fucking doing production. That right there, that honestly, Flood right there it's going on my list. I don't know where it's going to end up, but it's going on my list for songs of the year for sure. That was a fucking banger. Absolute banger. Listen to verse 3. This is incredible. Number 1 is play your position. Don't trust all the hands that you shake. If I put the wrong code in the system, won't be no permanent change. Number 2, don't take it personal. This place is infested with snakes. Don't get caught in your own trap. Every bad breed has a good trait. Number 3, take care of yourself. Be vigilant. Mind who you are. You pray you can make it to heaven. They're trying to drag you to hell. Number 4, don't react to a clone. Don't be the one throwing stones. Never eat with the hyenas because they'll look at you as bones. Number 5, keep the business away from the families. Sibling rivalries vicious. It's meant to be you and them guarding the blood, protecting the family business. 6, don't quit. Keep building it brick by brick. Takes $1 million to send you to prison. $1 million to get you a house in the sticks. Fucking awesome. Love it. Love it. The code, right? There's your code to live by. I'm so glad. So glad I sat down with this album today. Oh my God. Like, I almost feel bad for even considering Like, there's a reason Little Simz is one of my favorites. And here it is, right here. This is the fucking reason. Can't ever forget when the shit stayed flooded. People didn't believe in my hustle. Could have drowned, but stayed with the mic while you people all bark, no bite. They obsessed with my genius plan, and that's being as free as I can. They want you to stop, then they leave you to rot. But that's just not my frequency, man. And then I cannot pronounce this guy's name, and so I won't try. But I love his chorus section. As I walk this wicked ground, keep me away from the devil's palm. And then what's this translate to? I'm not old enough to play with children. Okay. I am the light. Everyone is clapping now, and my birds are chirping. Okay. All right. Well, I don't really know how that plays into it all. What's this final outro translated to? Let me go. Look at me on the earth. Let me go. My name is in the land. I have no peers. I will not play with children. Everyone is clapping now. Even the birds are singing my praises. I'm going to assume there's some meaning lost in the translation, but there you go. There's your translation. Flood is a fucking banger, you guys. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wout from Belgium. Greetings. Thanks for joining. Let's move to track 3. It's called Young. Miles Clinton James is producing. We are 2 for 2 for absolute fucking fire tracks right now. I wish Spotify, this would be fun if Spotify did this, where, like, yeah, you can have your liked songs, but I wish you could do different, like, emoji icon things for the like instead of a check mark. Like, I want to put, like, fire. I want to put fire symbols next to some of these tracks, because that would be so much fun. Anyway, here we go. Track 3, Young.
Yeah. Mic testing 1 2 1 2.
Yeah,
Okay.
Love it.
Here we go.
It feels like they recorded
Who's
live
that
with the
creeping in my
production. I don't
window?
know.
I get a hot flash whenever the wind blows.
This is very
Nothing to
different.
my name now, when everybody knows.
Yeah.
When I'm in need of cash, I go down to the bingo. Last night
love
I
the
asked
guitar
Jenny
lick.
for a quid. This is the 5th time I'm used to taking the piss. A bottle of Rio and some chicken and chips in my fuck me up pumps and my Winehouse quiff.
We love you, Amy.
Who's that knocking at the front door?
Living out your wildest dreams, yeah,
We're just young and Oh wow, the guitar coming in. This feels like, given the way she's doing her voice, this feels like I don't want to say like parody, but something like that. Like, she's making fun of people like this, or maybe she's even making fun of herself, or, when she was young. I don't know. Let's keep going. But that's the impression I'm getting. Like, with her voice being so different from the previous 2 tracks, it feels like she's kind of in that angle. Oh, and WHU says this is a rip-off homage to a very famous UK rap act, The Streets. Okay, that makes sense. I'm not familiar with The Streets, so if this is in that style, that makes sense. An homage to that. Okay, let's keep going.
Next summer, I'll probably be overseas.
cool
I
style.
speak a lot of French.
With the production.
Oui. Maybe just a hater, cause my future's bright. And this is my idea of the perfect life.
Living out your wildest dreams,
Huh.
yeah, we're just
Interesting. I wish I knew The Streets better, because I'd probably appreciate this a lot more. And I love this, like, very kind of stringy, strung out, grungy guitar.
Yeah, so don't be looking at my face weird. I am somebody that they feared. I just wanna play my bass here.
Huh. I like how wide view. Wow, I like this song. It's just a very interesting choice to do something like this. I agree. What's going through my mind right now is the first 2 tracks are pretty fucking heavy. Pretty heavy. And obviously she's going to work through the things that are going through her life, and she's going to spit her fire like she does. But it's also important to have fun, right? And so that's the challenge. If you're an artist, especially if you're an artist that's very good at expressing what's going on in your life, if you're an artist who's very good at using your music to process your emotions and get the shit out and make it a therapeutic thing for you, a healthy thing for you, that's important. But if you always stay in that lane, if you're always wrestling with your demons and, you know, the shit with your skeletons in the closet, and maybe it stops being fun, you know? So I think there's just fun right there, just having fun, especially if it's an homage to another group, a UK group. Yeah, that makes perfect sense to me, man. She put it out as a single and everyone was like, what the fuck? Yeah, I can see that. But I feel like that track, I don't know if I would have put it right after Thief and Flood, because it is a sharp left-hand turn from those two tracks. But I can see why, especially, I mean, you got to keep your love for music, for playing. Otherwise, what's the point? You know, like if all this does is drag you down, and that's not a great spot to be in. So it's cool. I'm glad you guys are here. I'm glad I'm doing this live, that you guys can help me out in chat, understand some of the source material for something like this, something that inspires this. Overall, cool song. I wish I knew the streets more so I could kind of tap into it more. But yeah, kind of cool. I love the little nod to Amy Winehouse too. In my Fuck Me Up pumps, in my Winehouse queef, we love you, Amy. That was cool. Very cool. And it's just kind of silly. But it's also a little edgy. Got some good harsh sound in there from time to time. Okay. All right. Well, let's go on to track 4. This is called Only. We got Lydia Kiddo and Miles Clinton James producing. Track 4. Oh, actually, did it roll a little bit accidentally? No. And Samuel Kane, longtime patron, first time catching the stream. Welcome, sir. You got in pretty early. We're only 3 tracks in. All right, here's track 4, Only. Loving the production so far. Good clack on the drums. I like a good crisp drum.
You wanna get swept in my BM, yes. Brunch in Soho with Michelin star chefs. Stepping out of place, smelling like success. Can't take a break from making dumb checks. I'ma spend my M's, pass through the ends. Tattoo on their chest, saying SIMZ. I know you wanna live your dreams, baby. Girl from the hood, turn into a queen, baby.
Nice piano.
And we blessed, no stress to impress. In my arm, yellow the gold vest. London to Jamaica, I roll my boonum. When you see the Rasta, you have to salute them. We ain't here for that hateful stuff. It's funny how they always wanna hate to love. It's you I think of on my days.
This is kind of cool too, man.
It's only you that got me thinking safe to say, huh? Don't you give me right to fuck no other. All the lessons that I learned when I was you. You don't need to call another lover.
So 2 heavy songs and then 2 light songs.
Only about you. All the lessons that I learned when I was you.
Haha.
You don't need to
Yeah,
call
they just-
another lover. I'm only about you. Only about you. Only
I was going to pause, but there's a minute left.
I'll tell you my truth, we ain't gotta move, just enjoy
Yeah,
the view.
that's
Wanna
cool,
roof,
man.
call the owner, tell him we down here for 2. If it's down to me, it be up to you. I'm the proof, I'm no one to choose, not no one to lose. Go.
Yeah. I like this one.
All about you. I'm in love. All about you.
Yeah, I like this one. I feel like this song is a diversion of focus. So we had 2 pretty fiery, spicy, angry tracks to start with. Then we had this kind of like fun, silly track. And now we've got something that's focusing on love. And so I really am appreciating the balance Simz is striking here. Fucking pissed off. This damn thief stuck into my life, ripped me off. I can't fucking trust anybody. Then you go into track 2, which is Flood, which is just an absolute banger of a track. I love Flood. And she's essentially spelling out her code to live by. How to navigate this life. Like so think of it just from like a zoomed out point of view. I got fucked over. Okay. How am I gonna deal with this? Let's go back to the basics, the concepts. What am I gonna live by? What are my rules I'm gonna follow? And here they are. So that's track 2. Then track 3 is like, man, I'm pissed off. I need to chill out, right? Let's try and let this go. Let's have some fun. So track 3 is having some fun. Just takes the edge off a bit. Now here we are in track 4. Okay, but maybe my mind's racing. I got all this shit going on. What do I want to do? How do I want to like refocus myself? Love. I'm going to focus on love. I'm going to focus on this person in my life. Yes, things are going on. Yes, there's some chaos. Yeah, I'm a little pissed off. Still love making music. But let's try and focus on some positives. What's the real thing in my life that matters to me? Aside from music. Here's this person in my life, who I love, who loves me, who helps me. So this is the structure I'm feeling out so far for Lotus. And I think it's a great little structure. I think it's very therapeutic. It's very mindful of her own state. Or so it seems. So it seems. It's a blessing we're alive. It's always honor that I'm always honor what we be on when we decide. Oh, okay. When we decide, yeah. Being in your arms is the freest I've ever felt. I is him and he is I. So here's this pairing. Like no matter what happens, no matter the garbage that's going on, we've got each other. Here's this person in my life. So that's what I get from this track. So, I mean, I think on the surface, it's a little jarring, right? We got 2 really kind of like heavy bangers, and then we got 2 like not heavy bangers. But this is what is, to me, is what seems like it's going on. Let's move on to track 5. This is a cool experience so far. It's called Free. Little Simz, Miles Clinton James producing. So far has done a fantastic job, in my opinion. Track 5, Free. Followed up by wishing that love was set us free.
I think that love is forgiving yourself. I think that love is offering your immediate help. I think that love is everything that we need in this world. I think the key is being honest and being yourself. I think love is understanding that people can
love
change
is like
and
guitar
loving
show.
them anyway through every stage. I read all about love, then I gave it to Jade. Love is sharing knowledge, there's so much to gain. Love is every time I put pen to
That in
the
the
page.
background was
If I
great.
don't love what I'm doing, then I'm hardly engaged. Yeah, fear can be the culprit of slowing progression. Can be impulsive and be an obsession. I think we fear all the answers, so we don't ask the questions. Yeah, I think that shit is a lethal weapon. I think we fear being naked from the fear of rejection. If beauty is in the eye of the beholder, then why are we obsessed with seeking perfection? Fear will probably hear this and feel exposed. Fear works best when love isn't close. But love will never judge you because of your pain. Look in the mirror and say, I love you unconditionally every day.
This is fantastic. This is
That we will never ever crash, fall under pressure. Love guitar, use it to do better.
the is throwing me off though. Just like that's throwing me off.
Your nectar, your words for whoever. Said that we
Oh,
will
the
never
strings,
ever crash,
man.
fall under pressure. Love guitar, use it to do better.
One take off in the air, shout my brothers locked in the can trying to get. There's a war outside, pray that people go. Shout my brothers locked in the can trying to get. There's a war outside, pray that people go. Shout my brothers locked in the can trying to get. Said there's a war
Yeah.
outside, pray that people go.
This is great. This is fucking great so far, you guys. This is like a whole like therapy session. It's like a conversation. Little Simz is and it's funny because if you don't really think about it in that sense, I feel like you could miss it. But she is just like going through like this checklist almost of therapeutic conversation. So we get off of, having a person in your heart or in your life who you love, tons of love. But then you get in, okay, well, let's define that. It's easy to have feelings for somebody and those feelings be strong and you've got a great relationship and it's so special and important. But let's dig into that. What does that actually mean to you? What does love mean to you? So now she starts breaking into that. Love is forgiving yourself, offering your immediate help, everything that we need in this world. The key is being honest and being yourself. Love is understanding that people can change. Like addressing what love means and what love is in association with the relationship with another person, keeping that relationship healthy, acknowledging these things. Love is sharing knowledge. There's so much to gain every time I put pen to the page. Love is every time I put pen to the page. If I don't love what I'm doing, then I'm hardly engaged. And this is great too, because she is telling us straight up something that's pretty obvious, I think, to us, her fans. She loves music. She loves music. But it's got to be, she has to enjoy doing it. And so I think that's why track 3, Young, exists the way it does, right? It's a little surprising. What is this? But if she's doing it for the sake of enjoyment, because she loves it, that's what's important. You love me, though I am flawed. I know I'm not an innocent child, but I am yours. And if you're with me, you is safe. I know my body isn't immortal, but I'm brave. And then what's great is from love, we flip into fear. Because it's so easy to be fearful. Especially, if you think about her and her, immediate life right now with all the shit going on with inflow and whatever. And who knows what else, right? Like I'm picking on that specifically because it's the one thing I know about what's going on with her life. But then we get into fear, which is essentially the opposite of love. Fear is not trusting yourself, it's keeping true information withheld. I love this line. I think fear can be exposed in an abundance of wealth. That's really kind of fascinating right there. And an abundance of wealth is when someone's fear can be exposed. I want to like ponder that over the weekend. Fear creeps in when you're not loving yourself. Fear can be dressed in the form of protection, can be the culprit of slowing progression, can be impulsive and be an obsession. I love this line. I think we fear all the answers, so we don't ask the questions. Good shit right there. Good shit. I think that shit is a lethal weapon. I think we fear being naked from the fear of rejection. If beauty is in the eye of the beholder, then why are we obsessed with seeking perfection? Yeah. And then this outro is fun too, because it's all, it's just this little clip of Free, but one Momo weren't enough, so I had to get Free. So she's using Free in terms of, and as the number 3 a couple times too. Every time I bust a lyric, I be feeling so free. Every time I'm on the stage, I be feeling so free. Used to bump the train to college. I would travel for free. Never miss a countdown. It was 5-4 free. Take off. Yeah, free. And then this part too, I don't want to assume what she's talking about here. Shout, my brother is locked in the can trying to get free. There's a war outside. Pray that people go free. Well, obviously, there's some very prominent wars going on in the world. And she repeats these lines. And I feel like this in itself is another section of kind of just processing of, yeah, I've got all this shit going on in my life, but these people have 10 times more what's going on in their life, Trying to essentially calibrate your own scale of what is awful and unbearable versus what somebody else is actually going through. This is good shit, man. This is good shit. Sorry guys, I've been ignoring the chat. I'm just enamored by what's going on. Fantastic album so far. Yeah, we got a first-time chatter here. Chronically addicted to music. First-time chatter. You're a little late. Yes, we're 5 tracks in. We got, 7, 8 more to go? Speaking of 7, 8 more to go, let's move on to track 6, which is called Peace. Oh, man. This is going to be just a banger of an album. It's featuring Moses Sumney and Mira May, who I'm not familiar with. Producers Miles Clinton James. Let's drop into track 6, Peace. God, this album is fantastic. It is a therapy session through and through.
She was 16, trekking through the rain just to build. To now whipping beamers out of town through the hills. She thinks about where she begun and what it takes. All the choices, her L's and her mistakes. All you can do is try your best. So if you can't give her wisdom, at least just give her grace. The weight of the world been causing her to retreat. When you're falling, trying to find yourself on the way. Don't miss your calling, your calling. I've got to find some peace of mind. Love is the currency and it's endless. Don't be a victim of your reality. Yo, it can be draining getting through each day. And sometimes we ain't got the capacity. All I'm really needing is clarity. We all need something we can believe in. That everything's happening for a reason. In your heart you will always be home. So make peace with what you outgrow. Don't be.
This is really kind of fascinating because now we're in a spot where I feel like now we're in a spot where it's almost like the eye of the hurricane. You know, obviously the idea, peace of mind, trying to find peace of mind. And it's almost this mental state of, you know, sometimes we got shit just running through our head, right? And then you get to a point where you're like, okay, hold on. I'm driving myself crazy. I'm thinking about all these different things and they're all just swirling around. And so this is something I go through because my brain does this a lot too. Sometimes it won't stop. It just won't stop. And so I go, okay. You know, like picture a tornado, right? What's the funny things? You know, there's the cow flying by in the house and all this other stuff, right? Okay, grab one. Grab this. Grab it. Set it down. I'm not going to think about you anymore. The reason why I'm not going to think about this anymore is because I have no control over that. So yes, it's true. I am concerned or worried or whatever, but I have no control over that. So you are out of the swirling thoughts and you're going to sit over here. And probably someday you'll get swept up again and you're swirling around. But for now, we're going to take it. We're going to set it down over here. I feel like that's what this track is doing. Just let's hit the brakes on the constant mental and let's just fucking calm down. Find some peace of mind. Understand that this is what we're going through. Verse 1, she's essentially reflecting. I'm assuming she's talking about herself here. 16, trekking through the rain, whipping beamers out down through the hills. Thinking about where she begun and what it takes, all the choices, her L's and mistakes. All you can do is try your best. If you can't give her wisdom, at least give her some grace. The weight of the world been causing her to retreat. How can we sleep when there's murder in the streets? Guilty, taking a bite, but knowing she's got to eat. That whole section right there is fantastic. A time we should be praying for nothing other than peace. It's this conflict of awareness. What I should be doing, what I have to do, what is happening, what I'm not doing to stop it. All that shit. That's the swirling. It's like, just stop. Stop. But then too, she's putting some pressure on herself, I feel like. God gave her the gift of delivering you a speech. So I feel like there's this added weight to Little Simz of having this ability to write and to perform and to get message out and reach people. Understanding that's important and powerful and a gift to be used and used properly, but that can cause more stress. Don't be afraid when you're falling. Try and find yourself on the way, but don't miss your calling. I've got to. So it's just this battle with the noise inside. It's really kind of beautiful. It's kind of sad, but kind of beautiful at the same time. Well, it's both. It is both at the same time. Not kinda. Minimalism doesn't mean you spend less. Let's keep going. This is a fucking fantastic song inside of a fantastic album, inside of a fantastic track order. This has just been brilliant, in my opinion. Let's keep rolling.
Don't miss your call.
And I love that the music is calm. It goes with the idea of just slow down, calm down.
Chasing after empires online, wishing I could falsify the grains of time.
Falsify the grains.
But my sleep's been weak.
I close my eyes, feel the rain, pray to God, no, I gotta let it go.
Let it go.
I won't stop trying, no, 'cause I deserve it all. Yeah, yeah. I got to find some peace of mind.
Huh. This is fantastic, man. This is fucking fantastic. So those of you who are in chat, I've seen a couple people talking about the new McKinley-Dixon album. I am going to sit down with that. I was considering sitting down with that today after this, but I don't want to rush through both albums. I want to be able to enjoy this one. I want to be able to enjoy the McKinley-Dixon one. So the current plan right now with the new McKinley-Dixon is I'll listen to that next week. Maybe, probably not Friday. It'll probably be Saturday. I'll probably do another album reaction Saturday next week. Yeah, Clips is coming out. I know there's some other stuff coming out, but basically the McKinley-Dixon reaction will happen. It'll just be an additional video. So here's what's going on. Next weekend is Father's Day weekend, and my family's leaving. I'm going to be home alone for Father's Day weekend. So I might just lay into a bunch of music. There's some shit I want to check out. So definitely going to happen next week. But I think if Clips is coming out Friday, I'll probably do Clips on Friday. Actually, definitely will. So that's what's going on with that. I'm aware of the McKinley-Dixon album. I absolutely want to listen to it. There you go. Dude, this Little Simz album is really clicking with me because like this year has been pretty challenging for me for a lot of different reasons. And I don't want to say, I have no idea what Little Simz is going through, but what she's putting together in this album just feels like almost like a fucking mirror of like being frustrated, but I gotta let it go. But like, let's focus on the positive, like I really love what she's doing here. This shit is working for me so well. Chasing after empires online. Chasing after empires online, which is fake empires, right? Oh, well, I don't know. I guess I want to call it fake, but there are people who make plenty of money from their online empires, so I shouldn't talk too much shit about it. Wishing I could falsify the grains of time. My sleep's been weak. I know all about that. I've been sleeping like shit lately. Got to find some peace of mind. 7 generations of needing relief. How do you find it when the son's the patriarch? This I can't speak on. I don't know exactly what she's leaning into here. How do you find it when the sun is dimmer than the stars? And I love this outro. Broken and defeated, I need help. Feels like I'm losing control. I close my eyes, feel the rain. Pray to God. No, I gotta let it go. I won't stop trying because I deserve it all. Gotta find some peace of mind. I think this line right here, broken and defeated, I need help, feels like I'm losing control. It's so important to acknowledge that when you feel that way. And I feel like, I wonder if there's a misconception sometimes with, you can't give up and you can't quit and you can't give in. And I wonder if people take that and spin that into, I can't admit to myself that I feel defeated or I feel broken or I feel like I'm losing control. Because you can feel that way and not quit. You can have both of those. You can feel broken. You can feel like you're losing control. You can feel like you're struggling immensely. You can feel like there's no way out and not quit. So I say that because I think it's important to acknowledge what you're going through. It's very important to acknowledge that. If you don't, it just turns into this weird like poison, that this rot that's inside of you that you won't acknowledge and you won't admit, but it just festers and it doesn't go away. It's okay to just go, fuck, I'm exhausted. And you know what? There's also a difference too between pausing, taking a little bit of a break, or quitting. If I go out for a run and I'm tired and my goal is, no, I'm going to jog 6 miles without stopping, and I get 4 miles in and I'm fucking tired, guess what? I'm going to walk. And is the run ruined? No. It just means, well, okay, I'm walking a little bit, and then I get back to running again. It's okay to take a pause, take a break. It's okay. I fell asleep after McKinley, so I was just crying at like 7 in the morning during the outro. This is a beautiful album, you guys. Oh my God. Beautiful album. Let's keep going. This is incredible. Incredible album. I cannot wait to hear what the next track is. Next one's called Hollow. Okay. So maybe we'll get into some shit here too. Track 7, Miles Clinton James producing. He's through the whole album, so I don't have to bother mentioning that, I guess. Track 7, Hollow. Here we go.
Law and order. You was in my corner allegedly. What a fake supporter. Got a clean heart, I'm Toller's daughter. Daylight, robbery of my soul when my world got smaller. Couldn't believe it was somebody I know, a smooth talker. Pride and ego, law and order. Got family ready to kill for me, yeah, get a man sauced up. But what kind of woman would I aim to be if I can't even pray for me? Don't expect no loyalty is what life taught her. What a life that threw me bricks. There's a story written by your favorite author. You're the highest paid, allegedly. God's saving grace, allegedly. You want the best for me, allegedly. But all you got is evil eye and jealousy. It's a lot to process. God complex, finding Nemo, pride and ego, law and order.
Interesting, man. Interesting.
You told me be wary of the sharks and then you became one. What can anyone truly expect from a day one? Moral injury. This is no longer a mystery. I know exactly how we got here. I had to accept I'd been had. Entitled people are lazy, and as members we rationalize that. You're not for the culture, you're just for the cult.
Damn.
I don't expect you're not a flawed person, but I thought you was good at the core person. Our people is who we do this for person. But that's not your person. I accept life as its ways, but I don't have to forgive to finally be okay.
Ooh. I like that. I don't have to forgive to finally be okay. Well, this is clearly about a specific person. Who knows? What is fascinating to me about this track is this whole Law and Order thing. Let's go through the lyrics. I guess I'll probably just go through all of them. Law and Order, you was in my corner, allegedly. What a fake supporter. Got a clean heart. I'm Tola's daughter. Daylight robbery of my soul. And my world got smaller. Couldn't believe it was somebody I know. A smooth talker. Pride and ego, Law and Order. So this Law and Order bit keeps popping up. And I'm really curious as to what it means. Got family ready to kill for me. Got a man sauced up. But what kind of woman would I aim to be if I can't even pray for me? Don't expect no loyalty is what life taught her. What a life that threw me bricks. There's a story written by your favorite author. You're this highest paid, allegedly. God saving grace, allegedly. You want the best for me, allegedly. But all you got is evil eye and jealousy. It's a lot to process. God complex, Finding Nemo, pride and ego, Law and Order. A nice spoken word track. Yeah, but what is the Law and Order? Let's see what you guys. Second time she's mentioned someone having a God complex. Maybe. Oh, that's a good point. Run the noodles. Run noodles, run. That's a good point. God complex. I forgot about that from track 1. Going hard for the team. No one going harder than me. World tour everywhere. Rusting a beat and writing bars in my sleep. Pouring out my heart on my sleeve. You was moving like one leech. So you might, Run Noodles Run, you might be right. This might be another track aimed at inflow. Your presence is far from a treat. But I don't know about that, because here's another part that really stands out. I'll never forget when you told me give up and that my big dreams were far from a reach. And then I broke the tide and brought sand to the beach. So I don't know. I don't know if it's an inflow thing. Especially too, also there's there's another part about like a day one. Here we go. You told me to beware of the sharks and then became one. What can anyone truly expect from a day one? So I feel like it's somebody that she's known from absolute beginning, which could be him. I don't know. No song you make can repair the damage. This might be an inflow. This might be another aim at inflow here. Money threw you off balance. This whole Law and Order thing is very interesting. I wish I knew what it meant. This is no longer a mystery. I know exactly how we got here. I had to accept I'd been had. Yeah. You're not for the culture. You're just for the cult. I think you're right. Run Noodles Run, I think you're right. I think you broke the code there. What that God complex line, I think that's a pretty big hint. And then everything else is supporting that hint. But I love the last line. I don't have to forgive to finally be okay. Like, I can understand that this happened to me and you pulled one on me and you betrayed me and you're not a real supporter. All this, I can understand all that and process that and not fucking forgive you. I like that. Okay, we're about halfway through. Hollow would essentially be the middle point. So there's 13 tracks. We've gone through 6. 7 would be the middle track, and now we've got another 6. So let's see what happens second half here. I'm really, really fucking curious to see what happens second half. Beautiful track. Very personal. I mean, it's almost like a fucking legal document type statement towards a person. You're just like an open letter in the public, you know, like, by the way, this is how I feel about you. Let's move on to track 7, track 8, I'm sorry, called Lion. Has the same feature from before. I'm not going to try and pronounce his name. I will butcher it. So let's jump into track 8, Lion.
We don't care for what they say, that's my superpower. We don't care for what they say.
Bet you never seen a young black woman so fly. Sim on the ride, got the heart of a lion, my Nigerian pride. Everybody scatter. They say that the task force is waiting for me outside. Yo, is you really down for the ride? If I get cuffed, now I dedicate my life. Gunfire, da. If it gets the kicking off, will you go there, ma? Will you go there, my side? Give me stainless gold. Think it's the time to finally take my throne. Forget that lane, true, I made my own. I got the power in me, not afraid no more. Is the world gonna keep up? Clear to see they can't do what she does. Come on, follow the leader. Can't deny the truth, forgive until you figure speak
Springy.
up.
You know, kind of this shit.
Break your neck. Looking for something like this. You will never find something like this. The way I skill them and go give me life sentence.
I was struggling to run it on my last legs. Said I never quit until I take my last breath. I was down on my luck, past tense.
I was down on my luck, past tense.
Smart dress, out on my hands. It's God's plan. And with these blessings, I try to bless who I can. Go.
Don't break your neck. Looking for something like this. You will never find something like this.
is like mantra-ish.
That's my superpower.
Good roll in the next track too. Enough. But I feel like, well, you know, I need to look up the definition of mantra, the word mantra, because I have a certain idea of what it is, but I don't know if that's actually an accurate idea. But this outro, you know, we don't care for what they say. That's my superpower. In this day and age of just online everything and comments everywhere and opinions everywhere, I feel like this is just a reminder. Don't listen to it. Don't listen to it. Don't worry about it. Don't think about it. Make that your superpower. Don't even think about it for a second. Don't care about what they say. They're all going to say crazy shit. Doesn't matter. Your superpower is not caring. That's your superpower. It seems like that's the impression I got from that. Just make your music, especially when you think about a person who clearly loves making music. Make your music. Make what matters to you. Make it mean something to you. And don't fucking care what anybody else says about it. That's what that feels like at the end. And it's called Lion. And of course, you know, strength is always associated with the lion. Be strong. Have your superpower. Don't care about what they say. Verse 2 is interesting. Understand I'm Lauren in her prime. When you see me. The Ross with me. See the lockstem swinging. I roll up in this bitch looking Nefertiti. Better kiss the ring when you see me. I wonder if this is a slight reference to Rome Street, who I guess is out in the UK as well. It could be both, right? I mean, Kiss the Ring obviously is like royalty type of a deal, but it could be both. It could be a reference to that album as well. I even scraped the surface from the power that's within me. Couldn't get here without us putting up a good fight. This shit is never what it seems. Look at them like, what do you mean? We just had a dream and a push bike. Mama said it will happen in good time. I was struggling to run it on my last leg. Said I'll never quit until I take my last breath. I was down on my luck. Past tense. Love that part. Now it's champagne receptions, smart dress out of my hands. It's God's plan. And with these blessings, I try to bless who I can. It's great. And so that whole verse is fantastic. And then again, get into this outro. We don't care what they say. That's my superpower. Imagine you're having the career that Little Simz is having, which I have to, as far as I could tell, is going pretty damn well. But then, you know, you spend some time online and you read all these comments of people talking shit about your music and she's mid and it's boring and I don't, right? Just whatever general fucking nonsense that you would see because it's everywhere. And the thing is too, is those comments are everywhere for every artist. Every artist has comments like that. There isn't a single artist out there that doesn't have people talking shit about him. So imagine just, especially with the construct of this album has been very therapeutic session style. So if you're having this great career, why the fuck would you listen to what anybody has to say about it? Why? That doesn't make any sense. It's going so well. Who cares if people think you fucking suck and you're boring and mid and translate to? Who cares? I'm doing great. And of course, obviously the mental health aspect of it, but this is great. It has been, you know, from a music perspective though, because there was somebody said earlier they weren't that impressed with it. I think if you're looking at it from just a music perspective, you know, songs that just put on and enjoy, I could see why people might be like, not too much into it. But you got to push past that. You got to, for me anyway, like really digging into this, what is happening is making this very powerful album so far. And welcome, Fizzy Pixels, first time chatter. Welcome. I'm glad you've sat down with us today. Let's move on. Lion was good. What's the next one? It is called Enough, featuring Yukimi. It's track 9. I think it actually started. Let me back it up all the way. Yeah, Run Noodles. Not caring allows you to make the most unique art. Yep, and it's important. If everybody cared what everybody else thought when they were making things, everything would be exactly the same and all of us would be miserable. It would be a miserable experience. Shop into track 9, Enough. Here we go. Oh, they gave me a beat and they took it away. Give me the beat back. They're just teasing now. Ha. Did it right?
She bad and
Nice.
that's the
Nice
ghetto.
film.
I heard she from the ghetto. Ain't nothing like your average. She on a different level. You think you're who he feeling? Ha 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 ha! I'm screaming. Don't interrupt my song. Okay, bitch, carry on.
Love
I
the
thought
drum
the
work
world of
going
you thought the worst of me. I'm rogue from head to toe. My steez is rock and roll. You see my London girls do it like so. Waste my time, it's a big no-no. If you ain't gonna move, you should probably go home. Don't make me pull the plug. Don't make me pull the plug. Just know the brave survive. Maybe that's why I feel so alive. Bad gal, do it like so. Wasting her time is a big no-no. If you ain't gonna move, you should probably go home.
This is a fucking banger right here, man.
Make me pull the plug. Don't make me pull the
Love
plug.
the drums are just putting in some great work. Bass line is putting in some great work.
I've almost had enough. Don't make me pull the plug. Don't make me pull the plug. Don't make me.
I love the. Oh wow, wow. This like, this almost makes me think of like Funky Town or something. I feel like this was a bit of a club banger. That's a cool track. Yeah, I like that one. There's only 4 songs left. I'm so sad. I'm so sad. I want more Sims. More Sims. I'm looking at the album structure. You know, I wanted to point out again that track 7, Hollow, was the middle point. It was the absolute middle. And now we've had Lion and we've had Enough. So I'm wondering, I really wonder if these next like 4 are all going to be kind of more playful bangers. Like we've gone through this therapy session and now it's like, all right, let's make some music. Like let's get after it. Not that she hasn't been making music up to this point, but really curious to see how the tone for the rest of the album shapes out. You know, that one, obviously, just having some fucking fun, talking some shit, great beat, all kinds of drums banging away in there. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Just know the brave survive. That's why I feel so alive. Love it. My actions speak, so I always say less. That's a good line too. Pipe down with all that chest. I'm not the one to test. I can't take disrespect. In too deep when it comes to this music shit. They all want to know who I'm moving with. This is a bit of a banger right there, man. She on a different level. You think you're who he's feeling? Ha 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 ha. I'm screaming. Don't interrupt my song. Okay, bitch, carry on. I thought the world of you. You thought the worst of me. I'm rogue from head to toe. Steez is rock and roll. Yeah, good track. Good bit of a banger right there. Bit of a banger. They won't be playful as pain. Shit. Okay. Well, let's get into it then. Blood. Next one's called Blood. This is track 10. It's featuring Wretch 32 and Cash, who I am not familiar with either. But here we go. Dropping in track 10, Blood.
Hello? Hello?
Twin! Oh, go on. Where are you? And how's mum?
Wait, hold on. Why don't you phone mum? Long time I ain't heard from you. Couldn't get one word from you.
That's why I just phoned, sorry. I spoke to mum on her Earth Strong.
What, 8 months ago? Don't try that. It's me every day that she hears from. Arthritis in her right leg. Am I right in saying you see no wrongs?
It's like the woman won't relax. I already told her quit the nurse job.
Well, some of us ain't got it like that, and that's not true. I'll call to check on you, and you say you'll hit me right back. Then you're gone for months, but it's nice that you finally called for once.
For once?
Yes, for once.
You're
I'm
saying
too
for
surprised.
once. You're saying for once.
When do you ever call me?
Alright. Distance in the dark. I feel we've grown apart. If you want greener grass, you have to water where you are.
Oh, interesting. What a great line. If you want greener grass, you have to water where you are. That is fucking brilliant right there. So I don't know anything about her family, her siblings, her brother, if she has a brother, whatever. The first thing that goes through my mind is, what if this is reversed? What if this is how she feels? I don't know. Because, I mean, obviously, Little Simz, artist, busy, doing stuff. Although I don't think she does world tours, or if she has, it's been very recently. Because I remember there's a couple of years ago, she was trying to come out to the United States to do a couple of shows, and she couldn't because she's an independent artist, and so it just didn't work out. But I know she did come to LA, because I was going to try to go to LA show. I couldn't make the LA show. And that was like, I don't know, a year or two ago. Anyway, I'm tossing this out there as consideration. What if this is what she's gone through, but she's trying to flip it and see it from the other side? Maybe. And I'm not locking in on that. I'm not saying that is what it is. I'm just considering that idea as I listen to the track.
No, I hear you. And I've been worried about how you've been coping with it. There's one of you, but there's 2 of us, and I've been in need of my brother's love.
Okay,
but
now this has got to be about it, bro.
So don't lose yourself. And how's your health?
I have my days where I drift away and see Granny's face. I'm gonna trade places. That's normal, ain't it?
Not really. If she heard that, she'll turn in her grave. That woman loved you, no one above you. I low-key felt you were the favorite.
That was mad.
It's crazy.
Hey, that woman, you know.
The rest of the song.
Distance in the dark. I fear we've grown apart. But I can't cuddle on this tune. Drums don't know me like you. Keys just locked me in the room.
Oh my god, you're such an artist. What does that mean? In layman's terms, nothing in between.
We're the same but different. And we came up different. I had to take dad's whippings, then had to shake up prison.
Yeah, well, I had to hold mum crying. So all that pain I ain't buying. Yo, just step outside yourself for 1 sec. You ain't the only one that's got shit suppressed.
I ain't the only one that's got shit suppressed. You ain't the only one that's got an intellect. And I only phoned you because
What?
I only phoned you because I need a friend. My family is my armor. To the muddiest water. When I clean up sins and karma.
That's another great.
Get the muddiest
fucking line right there, too. You clean off sins and karma.
Distance
Get the
in the
muddiest
dark. I feel we've grown apart.
I'm just going to take that at face value. I keep forgetting where the camera is. My setup is slightly different from how it normally is. I'm just going to take that at face value. I'm just going to assume that she has a brother that's kind of off doing stuff like that. But even if she doesn't, like, even if it's just a self-reflection, one of my favorite tracks, I was thinking about it the whole time I was listening to this too, is Sista and Them by Jid. Fucking love that song. God, I love that song. It's in the same vein as this. It doesn't have this direct back and forth. It's just Jid's perspective, but it's a fucking excellent song. So good. It's so sad, but it's so good. Something that's really fascinating about this track, again, taking her brother, on the real twin. So I don't know if she has a twin. I don't know anything about her family situation, but just her being who she is in terms of entertainment industry, and caring about her family. It just feels like, there's a lot of self-reflection here while also kind of accusing the other person and trying to acknowledge each other's struggles and pains and suffering, but caring for each other, but being frustrated with each other. And in that, I feel like, while it could be literal her and a brother, it could also be her and her fighting with herself, and wanting to be there, but maybe letting people down. That was another album I thought was amazing, was Bad Cameo. Lil Yachty and James Blake. That was a fucking great album, because the whole concept of the album was essentially feeling like a bad cameo in your own life. That was the impression I got from that album. Excellent album. And it's just, things keep pulling you away and you feel bad because you're not there and you want to be there, but you can't be there because you're pursuing this other thing. There's only so much time, right? You can only do so much. And it leaves people frustrated, and it leaves you frustrated, and you're letting them down, but I'm helping you out. I'm giving you money, and it doesn't matter. But it's just always that, And what does that go into? What was the track with the swirling thoughts? Peace. This is part of the swirling thoughts that comes into play with that peace track. It just doesn't feel like it ever settles, It's a great track, great album. God damn, great album. Let's keep going. Three more. This one's called Lotus. This is the title track. It's featuring Michael Kiwanuka, I'll say, and Yusef Days. Well, I guess. This is track 11. This is the longest one, 6.5 minutes. Here we go. This is Lotus, title track.
My halo tried to punish me. From troubled mind I came to find the waters were never sweet.
Now here we go. Here we go.
Paranoia got me looking out the window. Mood might change depending on how the wind blow. When I was young, no one told me health ain't always physical. Looking around, I ain't no different from my kinfolk. I pray we heal with words, too jobless, no man can curse. I pray that I'm a vessel when I stay giving all I've learned. Self-love means putting me first, the greatest love story on earth.
My pain is a glory. You kept trying to control me, but your God isn't for me. So I'll be moving on. In your head you forsake me, but my heart is breaking. Unlike you from a flower, I see the breaking point.
Open fire, all my life a fighter. Dropped out of college, still I made it through the wire. Betting on myself to take me
that's
higher.
A previous
I'm
track
a
that
supplier, 1,000 mini deaths within, all black attire. You brought that woman to a low, I'm my amplifier. It's more than evident, I know I'm what they desire. Can't tell you what the future holds or the day I'll retire.
She's got this. There's like an anger in her voice. There's a viciousness in her vocals right here. Let me back it up a little bit. I know I kind of fucked this up by stepping in right here. She is. People say spitting, Oh, they're spitting on this one. She's spitting with a fierceness on this one. I don't think I've ever heard her like this. So I backed it up about 30 seconds. Let's jump back in.
They want me speak on world issues on the internet, but that's not how I speak my truth. For the way I express, you ain't got a clue how I feel and what I suppress. So when you're in the public eye, I wanna see your best. I've been saying the world's fucked from when I was 12. So don't tell me what I should be speaking on if you ain't changed yourselves. My pen has always been respected. I'm still connected, and when I write, it's introspective, somewhat subjective. I'm not sure who you think I am or what you're expecting, but I've been human all my life, so please accept it. You live your life on a screen, your mind's congested. You don't know what it is I see and how I'm affected. So quit acting like the world I've been neglecting. I choose to keep myself protected. You remain infected, acting like I did a crime. You want me arrested. If I'm not good enough for you, then stop investing. It's not by force you should listen. I don't expect it, but I won't
damn.
I can't believe them nerve, their hypocrisy. I'm not responsible for the world, in all honesty. All I can do is better myself, that's my prophecy. My prophecy, yeah.
God damn. That was fucking awesome. Holy shit. This is a fucking banger. Lotus is a fucking banger. That like gave me chills. Holy shit, dude. I'll pause right here. I know there's still a little bit of chorus. This is the last of the vocals. There's still 2.5 minutes of music. So I'm going to touch on the lyrics now. That fucking razor sharp fucking laser of a verse. And we're just going to go through the verse. God damn. Know what I was thinking of? Another favorite track is Massa by Tyler the Creator. Call Me If You Get Lost, man. That fucking track, dude. Felt the same spirit, especially at the end. He just starts just roaring through that fucking track, that verse at the end of Massa. So good. So good, man. Replay the track. We still got 2.5 minutes. We'll finish the track, but open fire. All my life a fighter. Dropped out of college. Still I made it through the wire. Obviously, that's a reference to Kanye. She's made that reference before. I can't remember the song. I feel like that was off of No Thank You as well. Maybe not. I can't remember. Betting on myself to take me higher. I'm the supplier. 1,000 many deaths within. All black attire. You brought that woman to a low. I might amplify her. It's more than evident I know I'm what they desire. Can't tell you what the future holds or the day I'll retire. They tell me, Simba, it's in your hands. You're preaching to the choir to get your voice heard, I guess. Take some finesse, this music shit. One big game, I'm playing chess. They want me to speak on world issues on the internet, but that not how I speak my truth or the way I express. You ain't got a clue how I feel, or what I suppress. So when you're in the public eye, I want to see your best. I've been saying the world's fucked from when I was 12, so don't tell me what I should be speaking on if you ain't changed yourselves. My pen has always been respected. I'm still connected. When I write, it's introspective, somewhat subjective. I'm not sure who you think I am or what you're expecting, but I've been a human all my life, so please accept it. You live your life on your screen. Your mind's congested. You don't know what it is I see and how I'm affected. So quit acting like the world I've been neglecting. I choose to keep myself protected. You remain infected, acting like I did a crime. You want me arrested. If I'm not good enough for you, then stop investing. Ooh, love it. If I'm not good enough for you, then stop investing. Fuck off. Fuck off. Love it. I mean, this is just fucking fire on fire on fire. It's not by force. You should listen. I don't expect it. But I won't tolerate a lie or be disrespected. I am not your damn puppet, your prodigy. Sometimes I can't believe the nerve, the hypocrisy. I'm not responsible for the world in all honesty. All I can do is better myself. That's my prophecy. Like, it makes me emotional. And I don't even know why I'm emotional, but that shit is just fucking raw as it gets. But it's raw and written so well. That is just scalpel. Oh, goddamn. God damn. Let's finish this one up. That was fantastic. Fucking drum. It's almost like an exhale, a come down off of just screaming. Holy shit. Or like the freedom of just shugging all this shit off your shoulders. song, man. We got Questlove on the drums. It kind of sounds like a little bit, huh? That's funny. Fuck, man. Oh, Girthy McNasty. You might be right. Heart on Fire. I think you're right. That was the track where she made the Through the Wire reference. Fuck, man. That verse was incredible. And you know, I'm not gonna dive into the whole, you know, people online and celebrities have to say this or do that or whatever. I just want to say that for Little Simz, especially, she's got this bit about, you know, I don't express myself on the internet or something. Oh, here we go. You know, they want me to speak world issues on the internet. That's not how I speak my truth or the way I express. So good for her to, in her area of expression, to express. Like, I feel like she's done a fantastic job of making it very clear how she feels. And so I think all I'm really trying to say is props to her for all the times that she probably bit her tongue or held her thumbs, right? I'm not going to reply to this bullshit. And just bide your time and come out with just this killer verse to clearly explain how you feel about all of it. And then two, the benefit of this is obviously you get to express in the way you prefer to express, but also it's just a blanket statement that goes out to everybody, whether they want to fucking hear it or not. And then there's no back and forth. You've said your piece and that's it. Because like with comments online, if you reply, well, here come 1,000 more replies. Well, that was a fucking waste of time, right? Like you can never put an end to that. It's just a constant flood of shit. So this is just, all right, put it out my track. Make it very clear. God. It too, man, the delivery, it was just seething delivery. Furious. So fucking good. That was a great track. I mean, I love Flood. I love how Flood sounds. But Lotus might be my favorite. I love it when someone just tears off like that. Whether it's hip hop, metal, whatever. God, that shit was so good. All right, next track is track 12. It's called Lonely. Just Little Simz and Miles Clinton James working together on this one. Here we go, track 12, Lonely.
I was lonely making an album, attempted it 4 times. Lost my confidence and you wouldn't believe why. Sitting in the studio with my head in my hands, thinking what am I to do with this music I can't write. Team falling apart and I'm caught in a crossfire. You selling me lies and saying I must buy. Messing with my mental that I worked hard to protect. It's causing pains in my chest, so it's best that I cut ties. Trying to make an album means bearing my whole truth. Unpacking the factory, I'm trying to heal through. Imagine telling all to somebody you trust, and that same somebody then holds it against you. Be alone, race against time. To take it slowly.
We got to pause real quick to mention that in the article I was reading about the legal dispute between her and Inflow, there was mention of 4 albums. So this obviously is another reference to Inflow. Some of these lines here. Imagine telling it all to somebody you trust, and that same somebody holds it against you. So there's some more references directly to Inflow here. I just wanted to pause real quick to point that out.
I was lonely making an album, I ran into mad blocks, trying to find a girl everybody's a fan of. Couldn't even say what I thought was good anymore, whether I'm hands on or hands off. Maybe music just isn't meant for me anymore. Maybe I'll erase all these memories from my core. Maybe I'll do more acting and less rapping, cause I don't even know who I'm meant to be anymore. Lonely making an album is tackling no doubt. I'm used to making it with, can I do it without? No figure of speech, I get it by any means. No sucker is in my jeans, yet still having more doubts. On top of that, I'm dealing with was obsessed with more clout. I was lonely making an album till I realized my story's all I can pour out.
This song is beautiful too, man. God, this album is fucking
So lonely,
it's just so amazing. And it sucks that it's so sourced from her pain, but god damn it.
take it slowly.
Beautiful strings, beautiful strings. Oh, it's over. God damn it. No, I don't want it to be over. Yeah, the bleep is crazy. Yeah. I'm used to making it with blank, but can I do it without? It's just, and you know, this is another thing too. I feel like Little Simz has done a fantastic job of acknowledging. How do I phrase this? There's so much history of those two working together. There's so much that she achieved while working with Inflow. There's so much great music that was made together. I mean, in the article where she was talking about it a little bit, I mean, she says it's like getting a divorce and here's all these kids that are, you know, you basically, it's just, you can't leave the kids, you know, you don't want to leave the kids. And in this context, it's the music. And so it's got to be so hard to make something that is so important to you as a person, so important to you as an artist, so important to you in your career, in your success, to work with this other person for so long, to do so much incredible work, and then have it end like this. So Little Simz, I feel like she has done such an excellent job of just acknowledging all these regions of like emotion, fucking anger, pain, sorrow, loneliness, hollowness. Incredible. And the cherry on top is here she is doing it on an album with a different producer, and it sounds just as good, if not better, than it ever has. I mean, that is a fucking victory right there. And it doesn't erase the pain. It doesn't erase the memories. It doesn't mean none of this happened or that everything's fine. No. It's just, and here's something positive. And the positive of this album being as good as it is like, it doesn't kill off everything, but it shadows it, you know? To me, this album is going to cast a shadow, hopefully, for Little Simz when she listens to this work, when she sees how people receive it. Hopefully people fucking take the time to actually listen and understand what's going on, because this is an amazing album. I hope this album shadows all the bullshit. Because to me it does. This is fantastic. Fantastic album. Let's go through some of these lyrics. Lost my confidence, and you wouldn't believe why I sit in the studio with my head in my hands thinking, what am I to do with this music I can't write? Team falling apart and I'm caught in the crossfire. You're selling me lies, saying I must buy. Messing with my mental that I've worked hard to protect is causing pains in my chest, so I best cut ties. Trying to make an album means bearing my whole truth, unpacking the fuckery I'm trying to heal through. I love the word fuckery. That's why I love that one Amy Winehouse song so much. What kind of fuckery is this? Love the word fuckery. Great word. Imagine telling it all to somebody you trust, and that same somebody holds it against you. It's like someone's trying to end you. So lonely. One thing that stood out, I found peculiar, a race against time. And I wonder what that comes from. I wonder why she feels this, a race against time. Maybe she's set out like an end date for herself. Who knows? I don't know. But I found that peculiar because I don't know, man. People can make music for a long time and be successful for a long time. So who knows? Or maybe she's got other goals that conflict. Who knows? A race against time, but take it slowly, playing on my weakness, and that's unholy. I'll pray for you, goddess, who we both need. Lonely, making an album. I ran into mad blocks. That's got to be writer's block, right? Trying to find that girl everybody's a fan of. That's tough. That's tough too. Kind of hints back to, what was it, Lion? That's my superpower. Don't give a shit about what they say. But here, you know, what's great, I love that she acknowledges both. Trying to not care about what other people say, but also, I fucking care, right? I have a fan base. The fans want my music. They expect things from me. I'm trying to please my fan base. I'm trying to be successful. Trying to find that girl that will make the music they want. So you just can't, I mean, I love that she's acknowledging so many things here. Couldn't even say what I thought was good anymore, whether I'm hands-on or hands-off. And that right there is such a great spelling out of, it's almost like you've lost your complete sense of how to make music. What is good, what is bad. I don't know. I have no idea if that's good or bad or not. I have no idea. Like, that's a hopelessness right there. Maybe music just isn't meant for me anymore. Maybe I'll erase all these memories from my core. Maybe I'll do more acting and less rapping, because I don't even know who I'm meant to be anymore. Lonely, making an album is tackling all doubt. I'm used to making it with blank. How can I do it without? And it's great too, because I feel like here she's just expressing the heartbreak. Like, she's expressed her anger. Obviously, she's called out in flow. She's said her piece about how she feels about what he did. But also, here's the fucking heartbreak, which is absolutely real. And it's good. I like that she acknowledges that. I like that. It makes it, to me, it just makes it more real. She's a real person, you know. Some of these artists, especially like the diss tracks and shit with Drake and Kendrick, right? Although Kendrick did a good job every now and then of like trying to say, hey, you know, I like the singing Drake. But like sometimes it's just, nah, fuck you and you suck and I hate you and you're stupid and blah, blah, blah. But it's a very one-dimensional angle, I feel like. When you get into this more emotional, like vulnerable state, to me, it adds more weight to the fiery stuff. Like, no, this really fucking hurt me. That's why I'm so mad, type of a thing. Sorry, chat. I've been ignoring you guys. I apologize. Although you guys are you've all been kind of quiet too, I suppose. Just enjoying the ride. There's one more song. It's called Blue. It's featuring Sampha. Sampha is an artist that's been recommended to me multiple times. I will eventually get to an album by Sampha at some point. Let's finish up Lotus. What an incredible ride. Track 13, Blue.
What would you do if all of your pennies were limitless? All of your spending be frivolous, all eyes are on you to cover the damages. Would you be generous managing? Would you be calm or be panicking? Does the pound turn us to savages? How do we weigh up or balance this? How would you feel? What would you do if your life was covered in bandages? If you had a family of 4 and the kids wanted things you could never afford? Bailiffs are banging the door, parents are losing their memory. Your brother is in penitentiary, he writing to you but he ain't there mentally. How would you feel? What would you do if you didn't know your identity? The love of your life is wanting to see you, but work is draining your energy. What would you say to your baby girl when she asks you about white supremacy? This generation is fucking the kids up and I'm just providing the remedies.
There's a lie that we take, carry on. You and I found a way to be strong.
So how would you feel? What would you do if you thought the world was against you? You didn't talk to an angel, told him you needed some guidance. You were suffering in silence, like you're on a desert island, feeling hopeless, lifeless. God said I'm the best for the job, I agree. Nothing is promised and nothing is free. Would you still do it with no guarantee? You're either a saving grace or you're a disturbance. What did you do when given your purpose?
It's not the fact that you're not here, it's the way you disappear. not hell. It's the way you disappear. Nowhere near it used to be. Nowhere near it used to be.
Wow. 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 I almost started crying at the casket part. In loving memory, we're all afraid of seeing the casket make it home, or make it a home in the cemetery. Why? This is annotated. Oh, okay, no, it's just a incorrect lyric written. Huh. I think this is also a typo. What would you do if all of your... It says pendants were limitless. I think she says pennies. I think if all of your pennies were limitless, or do you spend in your frivolous? I don't know. All eyes are on you to cover the damages. Would you be generous managing? Would you be calm or panicking? So I think this is about... I think this is money right here. Pennies. Does the pound turn us to savages? So, money again, obviously. How do we weigh up our balances? What a great track, man. How would you feel? What would you do if your life was covered in bandages? You had a family of 4 and the kids wanted things you could never afford. Bailiffs banging at the door. Parents are losing their memory. Your brother's in the penitentiary. He's writing you, but he ain't there mentally. How would you feel? What would you do if you didn't know your identity? This was a great line. The love of your life is wanting to see you, but work is draining your energy. That's something that's hard. I kind of deal with that sometimes. I come home and it's been a long day and I want to spend time with my son and do some stuff and I'm just tired. Or my wife will get home and, it's like, all right, we're home and she's tired. And it's just like, fuck, man. We're just being sucked. The energy is just being drained from us from all this other bullshit. What would you say to your baby girl when she asks you about white supremacy? This generation is fucking the kids up. I'm just providing the remedies. How would you feel? What would you do if you thought the world was against you? You didn't talk to an angel, told them you needed some guidance. You were suffering in silence. Now you're on a desert island, feeling hopeless, lifeless. Your body contract in self-doubt, and that is a horrible virus. Is this an incurable climate? Everybody's on autopilot. But when they get a diamond in the rough with minimal effort to find it, it's lonely at the top, but not in the way they described it. Who do you pity or side with? Who do you ride for? Who do you slide with? What is the course you've been dying for? Always believed it was bigger than me, even when blurry and I couldn't see. God said I'm the best for the job, and I agree. Now I'm his promise. Nothing is free. What would you still do with no guarantee? You're either a saving grace or you're a disturbance. And Sampha sounds amazing. It's not the fact that you're not here, it's the way you disappear. God damn, you guys. Holy shit, man. Holy shit. That's an incredible piece of work. That's an incredible piece of work. There was somebody early when we were first getting started saying, I wasn't really into it or whatever. And I can see it, I guess, again, it's always that line between art and entertainment. And sometimes you just want to listen to some cool music, right? And okay. And there's albums that do that and artists that do that. And sometimes you just want to get into some shit. And man, Little Simz got into some shit on this one. But I feel like as emotional and open as it is, it also just feels healthy. Like these are just... I'm acknowledging how I feel. I'm expressing how I feel. I got love. I got happiness. I got anger. I've got disappointment. I've got loneliness. I've got doubts. I've got fears. I've got promise. It's all in here. It's all in here. And it's what I appreciate about it. I'm getting eaten alive. There's a mosquito in our house, and I'm getting eaten alive right now. Mosquitoes love them some Bob the Pop Pop. What I love is that this, to me, this at no point is she like whining. There's no, oh, poor me, and this person screwed me over, and then that person, and then my boyfriend was mad at me, and none of that. No, none of that. This is a very mature album emotionally. She's very aware, and she's aware that she's aware, like too aware. Like I'm overanalyzing. I need to stop thinking about all this shit. I need to calm down. I need to relax. I need to focus on fun. And there's a little bit of frenzy to it, which I feel is accurate. I mean, this for me this year, 2025 has been a little rough, man. With the new administration, wondering if I was going to lose my job, all the shit going on with the house. You know, work has not been amazing in terms of just what's happening at work. There's been a lot of shit going on. My wife at work having a hard, some shit's going on, and we're talking about maybe she doesn't work there anymore. Just a lot of shit going on. And so it's just the mind, it goes crazy sometimes. All the shit happening in the world. I mean, it's everything, everywhere, all the time, right? If you want it to be. You can really overdose on everything. And so I really love how she has kind of just been so fucking human on this. But still Little Simz, like still razor blade of a pen. Still great, some great fucking music. I cannot wait to listen to Flood again. Oh my God. I can't wait. Can't wait to listen to Flood again. Thief was amazing. Lotus was amazing. That verse in Lotus was unbelievable. But man, this, as a body of work, Lotus, the album is just fantastic. And I feel like this is something, if people take their time with it, if people really allow it to be what it is, rather than going, oh, I want it to be this. I want it to be cool songs that I like, or I want it to be a bunch of fun beats to listen to, or I want it to be like this album or like that. As long as people push away what they want it to be and let this album be what it is, and if they take time to listen to it and connect with it, it's going to be hard for people to not connect with this album. This is a really, really, really good album. Man. Loved it. Oh my God. Oh yeah, and McKinley Dixon. Yeah, I'm going to do McKinley Dixon next week. Sometime next week. Probably Saturday. That's my current plan, is to do a reaction to that on Saturday. I'll be home alone next weekend. I'll probably just live stream it. I don't know what time or when, but Saturday I'm thinking, yeah, man, wow. That was incredible. Lotus. God, I almost sat down with the Lil Wayne, right? Carter Stick. I'm like, I kind of need you. Like, I've been doing a lot of underground shit lately. I need to do something a little bit more mainstream just to try and balance things out. But I was like, Little Simz is one of my favorites. I can't just bail on a new Simz album. So glad I listened to this. So glad. God damn. Any plans on Destroy Lonely? I don't know. I don't really make too many plans. I found that making plans on listening to albums, I just don't even follow my own plans, so I don't make plans anymore. But yeah, maybe someday. I mean, I'm open to listen to everything, basically. I might actually listen to the new fucking what's this TikTok girl album, Addison Rae? I might listen to that next weekend. I might do a reaction to that, and people will be like, I mean, whatever. It'll be like a bonus one. It won't be a Friday thing. But I might sit down and listen to that. Yeah. So I'm open to listening to everything. Yeah, the Wayne reaction doesn't seem like people are really into it too much. Cardboard's in full support. Awesome. Cool. Yeah, I might just do that too next week. We'll see what happens. All right, y'all. Well, thanks for joining in. I am going to take a quick break. I'll shut down the stream, and then I'll do the music video reactions for Patreon. Again, Patreon's $2 if you guys want to join. MP3 formats. Not all of the albums have been formatted to MP3. Most of them, like the last couple of years, I started doing that. Thanks for joining, you guys. Hope you enjoyed the album. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the chats. Y'all have a good day. good weekend. And yeah, take care. We'll see you soon. How do I forget how to stop streaming. Oh, here we go. This button right here. Okay. All right.